Workout started. Steady 1 hour. Go.
Okay, so that's my plan. Today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. All week I have been accommodating my workout for everybody else. So, here goes. I will pause the recording until I get to Lambrick Park and I'll explain what's going on then. Bye bye.
Zone 3.
So I'm just entering Lambrick Park now.
Zone 4.
And I'm going to use the route that I normally take for 1 hour of shopping when I walk to fairways.
Time 4 minutes. Average heart rate 136.
But today I'm going to run there for the sole purpose of buying a pound of coffee. My wife normally asks me if I need anything from Walmart, but I forgot to tell her that I needed coffee, so this is my coffee run today.
Bring it back. Very good. Yeah, bring it back.
Zone 3.
Some guy training his dog to fetch a ball. As usual, I'm going to try and stay in zone 3. Just getting a bit out of breath.
Zone 3.
That's
Time
why
5 minutes. Average heart rate 127.
That's why I like recording on these days when I'm not supposed to be pushing into the anaerobic too much. I have lots of food to come home to. I made ratatouille. I made asparagus soup. I was thinking of making vegetable crepe with ratatouille. Roll them up like a little pancake. Put some sauce and then heat them under the broiler in an individual crepe dish.
Zone 4. Time 6 minutes. Average heart rate 135.
As I wait for permission to run again. Hello.
Zone 3.
Hi. Round about here I start again.
Zone 4.
I guess I didn't wait long enough before starting.
Zone 5.
Yep. This is almost classic. First time in the run, my heart could easily spike to zone 5 or 6. But that's because I'm
Time 7 minutes. Average heart rate 140.
getting minute updates. But it definitely spiked back then, around the 4-minute mark. It's the adrenaline, the excitement of the unknown. As I approach the 1 kilometer mark.
Zone 3.
Apart from the intro that I have already recorded, Hi. This is going to be full-time, real-time, 36 minutes.
Time 8 minutes. Average heart rate 132. Zone 5.
Oops. Excuse me. So I'm passing the house with the
Zone
Mini
4.
Clubman and the yellow E-Type. I have taken some pretty good photographs
Zone 3.
of those two cars. As I diagonalize, hello.
Zone 4.
As I diagonalize.
Time 9 minutes. Average heart rate 143. Zone 3.
Yep. Certainly hitting the old cardiac targets. A little high though, as I say.
Zone 2.
But I will obey Samantha today as I diagonalize this time across a grassy knoll towards Carnegie Crescent. Lovely names. Carnegie Crescent. I'm running on 90% pavement today.
Zone 3.
So 30 minutes out
Time 10 minutes. Average heart rate 127.
and 30 minutes back is the plan. I'm going to preempt the Zone 4.
Zone 4.
You see? That's what's known as listening to your body. No, wait. Wait a little longer.
Zone 3.
I like it when my heart stabilizes. Then I get longer run sections.
Average heart rate 136. Zone 4.
I get a chance to take a photograph. No, I don't. But the guy who once grew potatoes is growing them again. He had this fodder crop, or whatever it's called, silage, growing on that patch. I mean, it's just a small corner on a domestic lot, so he might get 10 sacks of potatoes, but that's about it. I have a feeling last year's crop was disappointing to him.
Time 12 minutes. Average heart rate 137.
I never saw any signs of production or produce for that matter. He had to put up a deer fence all the way around his corner property.
Zone 4.
But apparently the plan is to, in between seasons, to plant a cover crop. And now he doesn't have animals, so he can't feed his green stuff to a goat. Hello. I'm now on, I don't know what the name of this road is. tell you in a second when I find out.
Time 13 minutes. Average heart rate 135.
That's about my comfortable heart rate. Birchwood Street. It's a cul-de-sac that leads to a laneway that leads to Garnet. And Garnet is where Fairways Market is, at Garnet on Mackenzie.
Zone 4.
Zone 4 is a good, hello, it's a good gauge of when I'm losing the ability to speak.
Time 14 minutes. Average heart rate 137.
14 minutes,
Zone 3.
and I have 10 minutes of audio.
Zone 4.
So it looks as if I'll be running 15 minutes after I get to Fairways, and I'll run towards the golf course, a bit like the Bog Challenge, where I would set myself an out and back time goal. Very good way of keeping your mileage up is to set a time goal, do it out and back in your neighborhood. I know it's not that much fun,
Average heart rate 136.
but you have to remember it is all about the training. As I get to the corner of Mackenzie and the laneway, they seem to have been doing road works here forever. Yeah, I was lucky. Everything stopped for a moment. But it is before 8 o'clock, I believe, on a Thursday. So instead of having to run with an empty backpack and walk home with a full backpack, my trick today is to run there with an empty fanny pack. And then run back with a pound of coffee in my fanny pack. This is one of the busiest corners in my end of Victoria. I shall walk to the crosswalk. So I just crossed a very busy section there. I paused it. It was getting noisy. I needed to concentrate. So, diagonalizing yet again, this time across Fairways parking lot. I could pick up the coffee now, but I won't. I have a little bit of uphill to do, so it's better that I'm as light as possible. See, I couldn't hear.
Average heart rate 138.
I heard 138, so probably zone 3. Yep. It is tricky. I'm at Fairways at 14 minutes basically. of recording time. As I wait to cross my turn on Cedar Hill Road, I will pause yet again. So twice today, in the first 3K of my run, I have had to deal with more traffic-related issues, mostly noise, than ever before. This must be peak drive-around time for this area, preschool by a few minutes. I was hoping to miss the school people altogether,
Zone 4.
because there has been a few cases of COVID in the schools. They've had to change their mask wearing policies
Time 20 minutes.
at UVic
Average heart rate 134.
as well.
Time for hydration.
All indoor lectures. Everybody must be wearing a mask. And on the transit as well.
Zone 3.
I'm going uphill now, trying to avoid some tall school kids. They're taller than me, and that's a middle school. It's funny how genetics plays a part.
Zone 4.
Hello. She stepped right off and waited by the fence.
Time 21 minutes. Average heart rate 138.
So I have 9 more minutes in this direction before Samantha will tell me to turn.
Zone 3.
It's been a while since I've been able to do one of these full-time, real-time on my own.
Zone 4.
Zone 4. But I have a downhill now, so it should say zone 3 in a minute.
Zone 3.
There you go. More car-related issues. And the kids on their bikes heading to school. As I leave the noise behind to the, what is it now, right. Listening for zone 3. More bikes. I'm just ahead of the school kids by this much. 4 of them in one go.
Zone 3.
There you go. Zone 3 as I crest the hill. For weight maintenance, I found
Time 23 minutes. Average heart rate 139.
the very best formula to maintain a light weight, and that is to not go anaerobic too much. That's why I run by time and not distance. I would not take coaching very well because I have given up on that branch of the sport. I'm in for duration and fitness. If I run anaerobic too much, I end up eating too much,
Time 24 minutes. Average heart rate
which is
135.
sometimes a problem. As someone went by on one of those uni rollers, a skateboard with a big wide tire in the middle, foot on either side of the front and back, I should say, of the tire. So riding in the skateboard stance, but using body weight to control the board. I guess there must be some kind of steering as well. Otherwise it would just go in a straight line. Ingenious. I would like to see how they work. I wouldn't ride it. I can imagine that would be fun until you fall off.
Time 25 minutes. Average heart rate 139.
So now I'm walking downhill behind two people. Better start running, otherwise I'll spook them, even though I just heard a zone 4. It'll calm down in a second.
Zone 3.
Yep, anaerobic running is good if you want to race, if you want to beat your personal best, but it means that you're craving glycogen in large quantities,
Zone 4. Time 26 minutes. Average heart rate
which
137.
can be a problem for some people. The other thing that I would recommend is trying to avoid buying food ready-made. Because I know it's convenient, but most of those easy, ready-made meals, be they from a restaurant or from the grocery store, from the freezer, they're all quite high in sugar. Corn fructose, or whatever it's called, corn syrup. I'm going to pause once again because I'm just coming up to yet another noisy corner. Cedar Hill Road and Brayfoot. Well, that was lucky. I went through as a car would because nobody had pressed the button. But I knew the cars were going, so basically I kept on the safe side of them as they made their turns. I was going to go straight across. So I've got a bit of an uphill now, but I will get to King's Pond before Samantha tells me to go back for my coffee. So I'll run a bit now. How about that?
Time 28 minutes. Average heart rate 137. Zone 3.
I thought I heard somebody running behind me. And that was a kid running home for something. Maybe he forgot his homework. Running under a horse chestnut tree with its candelabra type blooms. I'm going to need to take some photographs, but I'll wait till I get to King's Pond. But I do have my phone with me. I just don't want to use it for too much. It was at 71%.
Average heart rate 139.
How many times have we heard 139 as my average heart rate? That is my comfort zone, basically. Good podcasting pace. Up I go. It's probably around 8 minutes a kilometer, but I won't know that till I get back. She's just telling me time and heart rate. The bare essentials. As you listen to the birds.
Zone 4.
Birds to the left.
Time 30 minutes.
Children.
Average heart rate 136.
To the right.
Halfway to your goal.
And this is where I turn and head back. Not quite at King's Pond. But if I do this tomorrow, when I'm not recording, I'll probably go a little further. I might actually get to King's Pond. So 25 minutes of audio. I guess I could dig for some file footage, photos from King's Pond.
Zone 3.
That way my batteries will last on my phone. That's another thing I wanted to buy, which would fit in with the coffee,
Time 31 minutes. Average heart rate 140.
is some AAA batteries for yours truly, Miss Sony, the voice recorder, I should say. The reason I like the Sony so much is because I can
Zone 3.
almost whisper and it'll hear me. If I wanted to use my phone, it would have to be under my chin to get better reception. So that's why I tend to use the handheld Sony, so that I can speak normally without having to raise my voice. Coming up to the crossing again, Cedar Hill Road and Queensbury.
Time 32 minutes. Average heart rate 135.
I'm now running downhill.
Zone 3.
I hope there'll be a full cycle of lights by the time I get to them. It'd be nice if it works that way. I'll now be chasing in the kids to school. As I pause for the noise break. Man, that was a long wait. I have to correct myself from earlier. This won't be a full-time, real-time. That would have happened if I'd run towards Mount Duck, because it gets progressively quieter until it's silent going that way. I have seen more cars on this 35-minute run. More cars in motion, I must add, than I normally see in a week. And I'm hardly 2 miles from my home. So I live really on the edge of business, which is perfect location for a jackal and his lair. I'm going to get a walk break soon. Probably just missed it. I'm running uphill now. I will assume that I didn't hear another car-related issue. That must be about 6 now. I think I have to call this episode car-related issues. Just to keep you guessing what it was.
Zone 4.
By now you will realize that that has been the theme before I knew it, since I left, my conversation has turned to that topic. As a woman pedals her bike uphill past me, one of those old-fashioned Raleigh type steel frame jobs with the internal hub gears.
Time 35 minutes. Average heart rate 137.
So now I start a little bit of downhill before I get to the top of Garnet. And by then I probably have run out of recording time. So that's when I will stop. Hello. Yep, I'm now behind the boy that was running home to get his violin. Hello. Yep. He's humming to himself.
Time 36 minutes. Average heart rate 137.
They're thinking of abolishing the music programs in a lot of schools. It's a shame. I'm sure for some less gifted academic students, music programs could be their salvation. You wonder how many top professional musicians started excelling at school. So I'm being trailed by the guy with his violin. Hello. This street is called Shorncliffe, and as the name implies, you're on the edge of a cliff, which I'm running up to, and then there's a laneway that takes you down to Cedar Hill Road again. Let's see, another 4 minutes will get me to Fairways, and then I will stop. Mackenzie Avenue is now on my left. Those are the trucks and buses. And down. This is Garnet.
Time 38 minutes. Average heart rate 140.
Garnet. Garnet. Darn it. Garnet Laneway. Between Garnet and Shorncliffe. Well, it has been a fun run. Just as a novelty. We might even hear the buzzer for the schools. Yep, these kids are being dropped off by the parent. So it must be very close to buzzer time. The earlier kids were the ones that walk or ride to school. The later kids are the ones that get driven to school. I think I just missed a zone 4, but I'm so close to the finish that I would assume that to be the case. That's the other thing that you notice with these noisier runs. Normally in the forest, I would hear Samantha flying, but out here, there you go. Out here I can't hear her nearly as well. So every now and then I miss an update. I now have to cross another street. But luckily, there is a light very close. So cars will be stopping for the light. As I run diagonally across Fairway's parking lot, I will say goodbye to you because I have to remember to put on a mask. So this is the Running Jackal on his car-related issues episode, saying bye-bye for Thursday. Yes, one day late. Bye-bye.